Here's a question for you. If you're a designer, what's your process from idea to the finished product? If you're a trainer, how do you actually help your clients get results? If you're a consultant, what is the framework and method that you teach to your clients? Whatever just came to mind is 100% yours. You own it and it cannot be replaced. I'm TJ, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to take what you already do and turn it into a framework that becomes your actual competitive edge. Let's get it. Let me tell you something I had to learn. For a long time, I was giving away my best thinking for free on social media and in conversations. Every time someone asked me how I approach creating content, how I structured my content, I explained it. I never realized that my process and how I approach things would be valuable to others. I was sleeping on what I had. Sometimes I felt like I didn't have enough information or I didn't know enough to teach someone, which was a lie. So I kept on learning and learning and learning and learning. Here's the thing. A lot of creators and business owners don't even think about frameworks or realize that they even have a framework. Now, when you think of the word framework, you probably picture an expert teaching on a keynote stage. You may think that you got to be at a certain level in order to teach what you know. So you keep on doing the work, getting results, solving the same problem over and over and over and over again, and never teaching it. If you have done something more than once and have gotten a consistent result, you already have a framework. Here's why this matters so much right now. AI can generate generic tips, summarize research, produce content, and create outlines, but it cannot replicate the exact way you approach a problem in your order of operations. The questions you ask that other people aren't even asking, your mistakes and the lessons you learn, all of that is 100% yours. Anybody can drop AI generated tips, but your specific experience cannot be replicated. So what exactly is a framework? A framework is your unique approach based on your experience, broken down into steps that someone else can follow. For example, a graphic designer who always starts with a consultation with a client to learn about their brand before going in Illustrator and designing a logo. A personal trainer who takes every new client through the same assessment before taking them through a workout. A consultant who teaches their system to help their clients get desired results. And for creators, if you always start with the pain point that your audience is struggling with, then the angle, then the format, then the hook, you got a content framework. Now, what I'm about to show you is exactly why I geek out so much over frameworks and systems. Frameworks give you 4 things. 1, efficiency. You're not starting from scratch all the time. You know the process, you run it, and you get results consistently. Number 2, effectiveness. Because you've repeated it over time, you know what works and you ain't got to second guess anything. Number 3, value. People don't pay for your ideas, they pay for your results. And number 4, scale. A framework can be taught. Some examples include a workshop, a book, a course, a digital product, you name it. Your thinking can be scaled exponentially. Frameworks are all about packaging your expertise and showing others the game. So you're probably thinking, how do I even build a framework? Here's how you do it. Start by asking yourself 4 questions, and I want you to really think about this. Number 1, what do I do consistently that gets results? If there's a specific thing you do that almost always works, start there. Number 2, what's my step-by-step process, even if it's messy? What do you do first when approaching a problem that your client has? Go from there. It's step number 3. What do people always ask me about? Pay attention to the questions people ask you and write it down. And lastly, number 4, what makes my approach different from everybody else doing the exact same thing? Maybe it's the order in how you solve a problem. Maybe it's a specific question that you always ask that others don't. Whatever it is, that is your competitive edge. And once you've answered those, here's how to document it. So you write it down, write down your current process as it actually exists. You don't even need to refine it yet. Then you would identify the steps that always come up when you're working. These are non-negotiables, the parts you never skip no matter who you're working with. Then you would name each step clearly. What is this step doing and why does it matter? All right, and step number 4, run it by somebody else. Walk them through your process and see if they can follow it through without you having to fill in the gaps. If they can, it's teachable. If they can't, you may need to refine it until they get it. It has to be clear enough so someone else can easily follow it. And lastly, you would refine based on what you learn. The first version of your framework is only the beginning. You keep refining it over time until it reaches its final form. Because right now, it's only in your head and you got to get it out of there. What's in your head won't be known by anyone else unless you jot it down and talk about it. Your process is your own intellectual property and you own it. Start documenting and naming what you have built. And if no one else told you, you matter and you were put on this earth to be great.